Alright, it's time for another 3-in-1 review. This time I got 3 beers from the Otter Creek Brewery. They're out of Vermont. This one does say Wolaver, but Wolaver is just the brand name for Otter Creek's organic line. They're all certified organic. You can see they all have the exact same cap. So yeah, they're all Otter Creek beers. I don't feel like doing these individual reviews, so we'll just do them all as one. And we'll start with the Copper Ale. Alright, first up we got the Copper Ale, and it's indeed copper in appearance. What surprised me, amazed me, is all the lacing I got on here. It's, you know, kind of faded by now since it's been in here for a while, but anyways, I just wasn't expecting that at all. Little caveat on this review is there's a date on here. It looks like that says 2009-06-17-1, so I don't know if that's just some code or if that means it's from 2009. Aside from like a slight tang to the palate, I don't really detect anything off or expired about it. So, anyways, the beer itself is mild to the extreme. I know it's a contradiction in terms. It's slightly malty, like a little bit of toffee or caramel sweetness, maybe. Otherwise, it's very, very bland. I probably wouldn't call it watery. I mean, like the mouthfeel is kind of watery. Texture certainly kind of watery. It's like cold and wet in the mouth. It's very refreshing and highly drinkable, though. I can just slurp this right down. But you know what? Overall, it's kind of disappointing. There's really just the palate, like there's just really nothing to cling to here. Not that there's anything repulsive about it. And you know what is absolute huge coincidence is that I actually reviewed this beer 3 years ago to the day today, when I was just doing text reviews before I even started doing videos. And I'll post that, and I rewrote the text review. I'll post both on the blog if you want to check it out. So yeah, anyways, Otter Creek Copper Ale, this is only getting a 5 out of 10 from me. It's not bad, but it's not good. So we'll move on to the next beer. Alrighty, second beer is the Otter Summer. Limited time only. Yeah. It's a pretty typical generic summer beer, supermarket craft beer, summer beer. But once again, I get outstanding lacing and nice head retention on here. I am really surprised on that. So the color is, you know, it's like a gold, pretty clear. Still see the carbonation in there. The aroma is kind of lemon peel, but very, very, very mild. Not much to smell in there. Taste is, man, I thought the last beer was bland. This beer is even more bland than the last one. And on top of that, like there's like a little bit of like lemon spice or peel in there, and some kind of generic pale wheat ale type spice that they're going for, but it tastes like stale almost. So it's just like very, very watery, almost kind of lagerish. And I needed to get like a slight tanginess on the finish, but it's actually more neutral tasting than it is bad tasting. But although this is definitely worse than the Copper Ale, I'm only gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. It's approaching on 3, but you know, if it was 100 degrees out or something, this would really hit the spot, but it's not, so it doesn't. Although, you know, I just realized something about the freshness date or whatever. This looks like it says 208, so I don't know what's going on with these. If that's a freshness date or a bottling, I don't know. So maybe that last one wasn't old. So we'll move on to the Wolaver's Wildflower Wheat. Alright, last beer, and I think we saved the best for last. This is the Wolaver's Wildflower Wheat. I don't know if you can see on there, it says brewed with honey and chamomile. Yeah, this, I wasn't really know what to expect with this because I've never really had chamomile. I know it's in a lot of teas, but I'm not a tea drinker. So, you know, this beer really caught me off guard. It's the only one of the 3 that doesn't have any lacing and no head, but it tastes the best. I'm not usually a fan of honey in beer, but the honey and the chamomile together are awesome. It's like, it reminds me of like apple pie or like a bakery, like especially with an apple pie like that. not like the apples themselves, but like that like kind of syrup that's in there, like kind of like a cinnamony, kind of like a bready, doughy kind of thing. It's very sweet, slight bit of spice. You know, I wouldn't call it confectionery. It's more, you know, as I say, organic. Really, really good tasting beer. Very, very smooth. It's not refreshing. Like the other two beers were definitely refreshing. You know, I'm not sure if I would even call this a summer beer. It's just a good, you know, I could drink this year round. So this one really caught me off guard. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm going to give this a big 8 out of 10. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother to recap. You just saw the 3 reviews. So, Otter Creek had mixed results with these guys over the last few years. But they do have some good beers. They do have some, you know, stinkers. So, I'll try to get to some more Otter Creek and Wolavers whenever we get around to it. So, thanks for watching this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.